Welcome to A Word of Hope for Tuesday of the fourth week of Lent. My name is Father Brendan Curran, Dominican promoter for justice and peace for the United States and Canada, joining you once again. Open your hearts to the healing presence of God's love. Today's gospel, we hear of a poor man struggling, crippled for 38 years, left by the side of healing waters of the pool of Bethesda. This holy pool is where Jesus approaches him and asks the man, "Do you want to be healed?" And he said, "Sir, I have no one to put me into the holy pool." And Jesus said, "Well, pick up your mat, get up and walk." And so the man picked up his mat, got up, and he finally walked after 38 years. When the villagers saw this with amazement, you would think they would have been celebrating, congratulating him, finally freed of his affliction of crippling suffering for 38 years. No, the first voices he heard, some of the elders told him, "Sir, you carried a mat on the Sabbath day. Who does he think he is?" Sometimes we struggle to welcome the healing presence of God in our own journey. I remember Juan at St. Pius V Parish on Chicago's west side. Now, a number of people constantly thought he looked a little weird. Juan lived all of his life with a condition, with a small, incredibly small skull that impaired his life and his health. And Juan was the life of the spirit of the parish. Juan served at Mass. Juan held everyone's hand when there was time for the sign of peace at Mass. He sang out of tune, but he sang with all of his gusto. Today, Jesus invites us in this gospel story of healing. Sometimes we can get into a rut, or we can make a good job of not welcoming others, of blocking others from God's love. That's the challenge of where we are in this part of our journey of Lent. We're in the fourth week. Today, let that be our challenge. Let Juan be this inspiration for us. Sing with gusto our presence of God who's in our hearts. Let that be our challenge. Let that be a word of hope.